Alright, so it looks like someone's arrived, so let's get started. Today we're going to be looking at some ships. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking through Marla's models and I'm just grabbing all the pictures. And then I'm just going to amend them. I also noticed that there's a special one here today somewhere in there. So it's this guy. Didn't see him before. I'll think about what to do with it. The reason being is that this looks like it's a suitable fit for the Nomads Dev 3 heavy tank, but what we've got over here somewhere, I don't know where at this point, is another model for it. So I don't know if it's going to show up actually. But in any case, Vessa's already, not Vessa, Utter has already made one, and I just need to clean it up. So we'll see what we can do about that. And I just wanted to find a side. Just get the side view on here as well. Alright, let's get on with it. So, this guy looks like a T2 ship, which is good, because we need one. So, one of the things we need is cruiser, and we've already got a destroyer model in the works. So this is probably going to be the cruiser now. This is what a cruiser needs. One SAM, needs one TML, and that's it. So what's interesting about that is that it doesn't have anything else, pretty much. I don't know how we're going to deal with that, since the SAM is, it's kind of one of those guys. With the that thing. So I'm just going to quickly sketch it, because sketching is fun. And then we're going to see where we're going to put it. Oh no. Of course, it had to happen. So much for that fun, I drew on the same layer. Yeah, the threads already sassing up my entire stream. Such texture, much design.
A butterfly, a piece of pie, a shiny suit, a passion fruit, a length of rope, an icy slope, a heavy stone, a juicy bone, a dollar bill, a happy pill,
it's kinda difficult one to work with because I'm not actually sure where to put it. Like this guy needs sort of 2 weapons and none of them fit. So this is going to be an interesting one. Right now I'm just drawing random squares. They don't really mean anything. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem, it doesn't have any PPs. I'm also gonna just clean up the this. I don't know, it's kind of, that's fine. This angle, yeah, just maybe make it a little bit less back, because it's kind of cutting in a lot. I don't really know what to do. I'm just trying to find some space to put the sound down. But I'm gonna draw it again. Funnily enough, the first one looked better than this one, but that's okay, because it doesn't matter too much, as long as you kind of get what it's about. Yeah, this one needs quite a bit of work, as far as models go. Like, I don't like these engines because they look like they've just been slapped on, which is pretty much what exactly happened to this model. You can kind of tell it's just random stuff stuck together. This back part is completely different from the front, so we'll need to fix that out. So this guy already has a T3 model, so all we need to do is just say put it on somewhere. And let's see what else we've got over here. This place needs a little cleaning up. So if we check out the side view, it kind of just two different things stuck together, and then just random shapes in the middle. Like, this is particularly terrible. Kind of just a random hole in the ship. Yeah, but that's okay, we can fix all that. So the question is what to do about it. Put up art references, pretty pictures. Now, well, you know, the straightforward thing is just to join it up. No, it needs to be a single body. And then, because this thing is pretty bad, it needs redoing anyway. It's okay if we kind of... In fact, I'm just gonna color it in black as well. So it doesn't stand out too much. And then we need to redo the bridge. I kind of don't mind this thing. You know, this front thing, but then it's just this bit, a complete mess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull one of those tricks that I can do, which is because I'm not working on the model, I can just get him to figure it out. It's how you do less work. And then this is how you pull it off. And I put something here, and then I don't need to do anything. That's his problem now. This is how you shunt responsibility as management. Learn what you learn, kids. Um,
He's got money, honey.
too small scale.
The dancing parties are legendary.
So what's wrong with these is that, well, what I suspect happened is he took this from a different unit and then just made it smaller or something, because it's really out of place with the rest of the shapes. Like, you see all the shapes really big, and then this has just got these tiny fiddly details which you really don't need on a unit like this. You want to kind of be really careful where you put your details, and this one was too early in the game to sort of have these. When you put in details like this, you're really at the end of your modeling stage. So right now these kind of look really out of place, because not only are they just kind of stuck on there at the edge of these two massive boxes, but they're also they're the only small details in the model right now. So that's why they look out of place. You know, if you had small things kind of everywhere in, you know, selected locations where you kind of want them to be, and it was on purpose and designed, it wouldn't look so much out of place. But right now, since there's nothing else that can support it, looks really weird. That's okay. Like, this is this looks like a quick model. I haven't reviewed this one yet, so it's kind of expected that it will just be a bit thrown together. That's because it was thrown together, so you shouldn't really, you know, spend that. And I don't like these because they are just stuck on, but I don't mind some kind of side engine thing. So I'm just sketching it out now. Something like this. Okay. Alright. This gets a happy face. This gets a happy face, I suppose. And I'm just gonna write a weapons list as well. It's not that long. It's just two things. Maybe the SAM shouldn't go here, but I don't really know where it should go. Right now I'm just drawing these squares. I'm thinking whether they might be the TML or not, just some kind of vertical kind of thing. I don't know. I think the answer is no. However, in fact, this actually raises an important issue. We need to design a TML launcher, and what I'm wondering is whether this cruiser needs two things. One is the SAM, kind of maybe at the back or something, and then the TML launcher could be at the front. And Nomads have like a TML launcher that looks like this, so it's it launches them like this rather than like that. Although it's not designed. So that's an issue as well. Ah, we can shut that off. Once again.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along
Make longer.
feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is.
Remember to clap along if you know.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got.
I think that's kind of enough. In fact, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna extend to the left a little bit.
No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like
And then
happiness.
we're just gonna make a new layer. And we're actually just gonna real quick make TML because we can. Just so the idea of TML is kind of like a circular track. It's got these kind of rail things, and then some kind of swivelly device, and then it's kind of shooting forwards. It's a bit like the current model, but better looking. So what I'm actually going to try and do is I'm going to see if we've got I don't think I've got anything on it actually. If we open this one that's got those gun things, it's very old, so all the sketches are really bad. You guys best all be clapping along. Ow, no, don't matter. So let's have a go at doing it from scratch, I guess. We're gonna get rid of this scribble, that was just bad looking. Get a thicker brush, and then just start sketching out basic. It's not even a shape. It's more of a kind of feeling almost. It's just the idea of a TML more than any actual thing. And then you kind of what I keep drawing is if you view from the top, like this kind of thing. But this is a really terrible design, and I keep drawing it anyway because I can't really think of anything better right now. So right now I'm just drawing over it with the hope that maybe I'll get some better ideas while I'm doing this, and it won't be so bad. Here's attempt number 2, maybe number 6, I don't know. one side thing, and there could be like a radar setup. No. I don't like the other one anyway. And something more beautiful than a box would be actually preferable as well. Maybe our master could have something to do with it. Actually, what we will do is we will grab this Blender file. Just open that. Go. So, this is my top secret stash full of our master weapons. This guy is going to be the EMP weapon. EMP missiles. And I'm just looking at maybe if there's something else that's good. Some old Sam design or whatever. You can see this thing that's being used for the anti-air sensors. Oh, I need to go to sleep soon. Oh well. I don't know. This kind of isn't giving me any new ideas. But that's life sometimes, you know, sometimes it doesn't really do anything useful, but what you do is you keep going until you're lucky. It's a terrible drawing. Let's just write much better than this and then call it a day. I'll even underline the match, so they know exactly what I'm on about. Oh, by the way, if you want to be notified of the streams every time, there's a special stream watcher role, so ask for that in the chat and then I'll give it to you for free. Music is way too loud. Okay, now it's quieter. There we go. Should be better now. Anyway. This is probably enough to post. I'll just draw an arrow one. And I'll post that into memes channel. There you go. Now let's open a new file for a brand new unit. Close that. No saving. We're living life on the edge today. And let's get out that Google Drive folder. There you go. Yeah, there's a side view. Tank. Oh yeah, this guy. I'll need to think about that. I kind of like the bottom half. So Marlo is asking why here. No good reason. You know, cause whatever. So back to this guy. It's quite nice, actually. You know, the bottom half, the top is pretty bad. You know, barrels are okay, but otherwise than that, it's just a box, right? I kind of like the feel of the bottom one. It's a pretty heavy looking thing. The issue is I don't know what it's good for. Cause oh yeah. So I do want to use it somehow because it's kind of a nice thing. So maybe we'll get something. There aren't that many T3 units, so Nomads have T3 Mobile Sam, T3 Engineer, which hovers, so that's out. It's got the T3 Heavy Tank, which is already being made, so that's out. It's got the T3 Light Tank, which is completely different, so that's out. The SCU is out as well. Replacement for the T2 tank. No, it just doesn't look like a tank. I mean, yeah, okay, it's got a... So, it looks like a not tank. Basically, this thing looks like a heavy duty truck, and then this thing looks ugly. So if we just get rid of this thing, put some kind of missile weapon on the back, you know, one that doesn't take a large amount of it, and then you get this just the thing, that would be very nice. Maybe we could use it for... I don't know what to use it for. Maybe the T2 heavy tank, if the turret becomes a lot better. Maybe... Nomads don't have a mobile shield generator. They also don't have a stealth field. We've got the field engineer, but the field engineer needs to hover. And this doesn't look like a field engineer. I'll need to think about that, but this is a nice surprise. Anyway, let's get back to it. There you go. This guy is the artillery boat. It's actually looking pretty good. I think it just might be at the stage where I need to take it and fix it. I mean, you know, this thing could do a little bit more detail. This just feels a bit empty. You know, some kind of better integration of the antenna into just the holder, just being a bit better for the endpoints and that. Kind of looking pretty good. This guy, well, it's hard to put my finger on it because we just find some front picture of him. This is the T2 destroyer, and again, same story here. It's pretty convincing. Let's see that back picture again. Should probably put that into a new tab. So the issue with this guy it's hard to pin this down, but it seems like it's just a bit too narrow. I think just making it a smidge wider, just really cheaply taking body and just stretching it out a bit, because this thing looks pretty flat, but the main body is a bit left inside. I don't know, it's hard to pin down again, but it's looking fairly good. It's fairly simple, so a little bit more detail, a bit more integration of the thing. But other than that, it's going to be the destroyer for Nomads with the torpedo launcher. Torpedo launcher could do a little bit of work. It's a good start, but it could be a bit more sophisticated in its design, you know. These look good. I think they turn out pretty nice. These are using the same turrets as the T1 tank. This guy's not looking too good actually. I don't really know what to do with it. I need to think that up. This is an interesting one because it's T3 kind of looking unit, pretty big for an air unit. So I don't know what to do with it though. It looks like a. What I like about it is that it's halfway between the transition of a small ship and a large looking like capital ship or something. So it could be some kind of scout, T3 scout maybe if it's just redone a little bit. I like the idea though. Anyway, I think I'm actually gonna pause on these guys. This boat, it's just okay. It's not. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing good about it either. It's very generic. It doesn't have any feeling. It doesn't have any purpose. It's just a civilian boat. You know. But these overall are quite solid models. You know, a lot better than most people have. So. Because they're pretty clean looking, at least. I don't know how clean they actually are, but they look pretty good. And then they've got sort of the right scale for Supcom, the features, right details. This one is clashing a little bit with the rest of the boat, but that's okay because it's actually taken from a different unit. And it's not ideal that it clashes a little bit, but I don't think there's anything to do about it. The red lights are going to be replaced though, but that's okay, I can do that myself. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to pause that. Marlo gets one model review today, and then I'm going to find something else to do. See all these writing in chat. Got to admit, well, the thing is I don't trust your modeling skill, to be blunt. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna import it, make sure it's cleaned up, export it again, and then everything will be fine by the time I'm done with it. The hard part is getting the design right, and it should be clean, because then I don't need to clean it as much. But basically I'll ensure it's up to standard, because I'm not taking any chances. Now, what I wanted to look at again is have another go at this T1 PD, T1 anti-air kind of tower thing that all the PDs and anti-airs have and share, and maybe we'll get a better one this time. So this is attempt number 7 or 8. It's been another difficult one, and I just kind of have it on the back burner. One of these days we will reach a satisfactory result. Probably not today, given it's probably not any day. So I'm just going to take a quick drink and then we'll get to it. Beautiful. Okay, let's think about this. And we're actually going to close the reference file, open up a new one, and load the not ship things, and let's just put it over here while it's loading. So they've updated the program, by the way, which now loads things about 20 times faster than it did, so that's good. Now let's just look at random pictures of stuff. So we're building a building, so let's look at buildings. It's still clipping these things though. I hope that the issue will go away magically by itself, but you know, that's sheer optimism at best. I'm not really looking at what I'm doing, I'm just picking random stuff. Maybe some of it's good. I kinda like this one. This one's actually nice. This one is half of what I like is it's got the depth in it, so it's got the atmospheric perspective and stuff, even though it's just basically showing you boxes, right? They're really not anything. It looks like something. I like it when people do that. So let's just zoom into these. This is awesome, by the way. This guy. I mean, check out this dog thing. I don't know what it does, but it's cool. Anyway. Right. Let's just position that over here. Set up our brush. And now I'm just taking a moment to look at what I'm having to deal with, and then figure out what I want to do with it. Meanwhile, you could listen to the music or something. I'm actually gonna say, what am I gonna say? Okay, this is good. Okay, so, well, not good. I'll allow it. You know, I don't ever like calling any of my work good, because that implies that I don't need to make it better. Well, I like the idea, so it's kind of a heavy corner piece, kind of wrap around armor panel on the top, and then some kind of thinner thing, actually no, which is wrapping around a smaller piece of body, which has lights peeking out from the top, and then that is connected to the ground through some kind of thinner piece, slightly more behind, slightly more detailed, you know, the kind of stuff that's in between. And then that's connected to a heavy ground, standing on a grounded kind of foundation looking thing. And then it's just a little bit thicker in base, so it's just a little bit more stable looking. Kind of, you know, whatever's on the top of the turret. Actually, I'm gonna leave this. There we go. So the idea, I'll allow it. You know, that's okay. But I don't actually, you know, fuck that. Make this. There we go. How to solve your problems, but give them to someone else. I will, however, document it a little bit better than it is, because otherwise it would be a bit of a pain. So So let's see. And I like this symmetry thing actually. I didn't get enough chance to use it. So let's give it some of that. Pretty quirky actually, because it's not the same as drawing it twice. Or drawing it, because for instance when you do, it's hard to describe actually. Because it draws on both sides, there's a bit of an unnatural thing. So like, how you do circles is a bit weird. Because you think, oh you know, it's just gonna be a bit of a, but since it's mirrored. Funky stuff. I think part of it is that you misjudge the distance. Or I misjudge the distance anyway, because what I think of doing is kind of doing it like this wide, which is about twice as wide or something, I don't know. No, that one looks terrible, so I'm just going to scribble in. This is the problem with mirroring, because it's terrible to do. Whatever, that'll do. And then it's kind of thing. That's a technical term, by the way. Thing. In this case, I'm just going to be a bit more meticulous and try and clean up at least that edge. I don't really know what these things actually are, so you know, I'm just kind of drawing. The idea is I hope that my scribbling kind of gives, how do I put this, an idea, elegant term of symmetry. I'm just going to colour it in now.
He had to plan the week ahead. He had the flu and stayed in bed. He got a suit from Savile Row. His dealer helped to get the glow. He thought he was a ladies' man. 2 weeks his gal was out of town. All the hot dates wouldn't stop. This is a diary of Don Garoony Bop. The devil said to Don Garoony Bop, make the most of everything you got. The angel smiled and spread her wings. He said, come on, Don, you gotta do the right thing. Wouldn't it be funny if you met your honey on a blind date? Wouldn't it be crazy if you met your lady on a blind date?
Just colouring it in now, so getting a bit of a sense of materiality here. So kind of, well, I don't want to make it that light actually, because it's actually going to be fairly dark anyway, but I do want to accentuate the colours a little bit. And some orange, the most important colour. Something like that. I'm just wondering now the most important decision whether I should draw an arrow throughout the drawing or remove the text, and I think I'm going to do the big ball move. And it's in orange, no less. Cursed. Can't have that. Actually I will, I don't care. I'm gonna put a smiley face, as if that excuses my behavior. And I'm actually gonna zoom out to 100%. And then do that. This is how you get things done, people. You get other people to do them. So, I mean, we're gonna ping him for it. He promised 1 model per week. Check this out, 1 model per day. So, that, well, yeah, you get the point. What does all tech level PD ideas? I only have T1 PD ideas for now. T2 PD ideas are going to be the tank destroyer weapon on a mount. I find that the hardest part for me was to design the turrets, not the turrets themselves, but the kind of base. And looking at this one will do. I'll allow it. Acceptable. So half of the trick is to make a really nice drawing so it looks good, and then if it's really bad in the model, you can blame the modeler. So I'm gonna save that, and then I'm just gonna look at other stuff in my queue. I don't know if it deserves all caps. It's not gonna deserve it. I don't. Knows his stuff. And if he's watching the stream, he's knowing that I'm typing this, which makes it all the more amusing. And then we'll give him a let's see what we'll give him. There you go. Anyway, if that's enough tormenting my colleagues, or whatever to call them, let's find something to do. So, I might do some actual work on stream. Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Sleep time soon. Let's get out the good old blender. And this is my unwrapped tank model. Check out the density on that packing, by the way. This is how you do it. It's how pros should all do it. I mean, pretty good, huh? So there's some stuff that needs cleaning up here. It's getting kind of late though. Let's put it on the other screen, then we can switch screens so I don't have to look at it from my graphics tablet. I've got a graphics tablet with a screen, so you know. So we're just splitting edges. And the purpose of this is to make the vertices all go away. So they're disconnected. Which they are. Then you can do the old boom. And then what you want to do is you want to check whether you haven't broken anything. Which I haven't, so that's okay. And then this one's just there because, yep. Okay, and we are at the end of our playlist because I'm listening from YouTube and it's being one of those things where it's just on autoplay. So yeah, let's get on this one, which is the next playlist. And then this time I'll actually don't care. That was a good quote, isn't it? Those time machines that take us back our memories. I would say something profound if I was profound. With that tank. No, I will stop before I'm done with that tank. I live in a strictly disciplined life full of priorities, and that means acknowledging that sleep is more important than temporary work. Sleep impacts you for multiple days, whereas work only impacts you for deadlines, which I don't have with this mod. I'm pretty sure I found some other issues with this though. So this one, I don't really care though, to be honest. How many vertices is this? 200. This is what happens when you do late night modeling. You shouldn't do it, because then you might be tempted to decrease quality. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking really carefully at stuff. That's pretty much it. And just checking if stuff is connected. The point of this is to remove vertices which we don't need, which is vague, but this one we looks like we do need, but we actually don't. So the reason for that is that if you split all these edges, which is something that we will be doing anyway, actually here's one. Which one does that correspond to? That one over here. Why is... I'm really tempted to not care. So what I'm thinking about now is whether I should move this vertex over here and then So you can save the UV space by putting it there, but it doesn't actually make a difference in this case, and you wouldn't decrease the number of vertices. So I'm just going to leave it there. Then the next thing I'm wondering is whether I should split this vertex and delete it. Probably should. You can tell I'm a real Blender pro by how badly I do everything. The only thing that keeps me going is infinitely high standards, which let me basically keep on plowing through till ridiculousness occurs. There we go. So, same number of faces, different number of vertices. I mean, you know what I mean? Or maybe not. So, because Supcom doesn't actually care how you render stuff, if you just remove these, basically deleting calculations for free. So, because it doesn't optimize any of this stuff anyway, so you kind of have to do it yourself. And what it does, it just paints every triangle, and then if it works out if it's facing towards or against you, the camera even, and if it's away from you, it just doesn't render it. But if it is towards you, then it does. And if it renders it, and it doesn't matter what size it is or what texture it is, it's all the same. So if you reduce the number of triangles, basically reduces computational time. And this doesn't change the size of the model in any way, but it does make it slightly, tiny amount less. Now I fixed that, so now I'm looking at other stuff. But this one's actually pretty clean, although I don't like what the hell is going on with these. I don't know why that's here. It shouldn't be happening, it's a flat face. I know it's a flat face because I exported it. Why is it doing this? I'm concerned. It shouldn't be. Oh yeah, this was always a cursed. So when two faces like this intersect, right, two n-gons, SketchUp kind of breaks the edge, so you get this thing. So you can kind of check for places like that. And Nomads do that sometimes, so we're just gonna fix that. There you go. And then we always check in case we messed up something in UVs. Oh no, someone detected copyright audio in my stream. My goodness. Why do I bother? This is a stream with all of 7 viewers. Like, I need to purposely find the most obscure music content ever, don't I? Because it's clearly not the video. Unless someone's claimed a copyright to the Nomads mod while I'm not looking. But yeah, my goodness. I love copyright. Makes my day. Sometimes Blender gets locked into this inverse scrolling, so when you move the mouse, whatever.
You can't forget me, baby, so don't try to lie. You'll never leave me, mama, so don't try. I'll be a gambler, baby, or lay down the
Maybe I should add noise to my music, so like YouTube can't deal with it. It's probably too good at that to be fooled. I don't know anything about this copyright business, to be honest. So if someone's good at this, maybe some advice or whatever, like what do, what not do, what might happen if I do. Because I literally just started streaming one day for promotion reasons. Never really thought about this kind of nonsense. Oh, there we go, here's a broken vertex. So this one's happening because of this face, which I've already preemptively cleaned up. And oh, what's going on here? I've pressed the wrong button. Oh, whoops, it's not edge split. What's that D? Which one? G? Yeah, okay. Then you hide the other vertex. Dissolve this one. Unhide the other vertex. Set the faces, Control T. Now go rid of a triangle. As you can see, the process takes ages. Well, it doesn't actually, because there's not much to clean. But yeah. So with that, I think the tank's done pretty much. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go there you go. Select half of it, and then switch back to solid mode, and then deselect the treads. Yep, because we need two separate UVs for the treads. This is a special Supcom thing. You need to set it up like so. And then you just go duplicate this, aim it. Oh no, there we go. Make sure it's around the 3D cursor. -1, X, and then it's perfectly mirrored. Magic. Right, but for... oh crap. I mirrored a bit too much. That's okay. You can just what's that? Control? I don't know. As you can see, I'm a pro at Blender. There you go. And then we flip those faces, because when you flip something in Blender, you also make the faces on the inside. Where's the reverse faces? It's like F. No. I don't know, maybe that did it. Anyway, there's your finished tank model. Beautiful. And all the UVs are magically already in place because I've done that before. So that's what you do when you're good. You don't do work twice. Nothing you need to. No one cares. No, okay, that's good to know because I don't plan on making any money for that. I mean, yeah, because I'll make all of like 3 pence. That's nice that I don't need to deal with it. Because I'll be pissed if they do come for me. I would expect that I wouldn't be worth the effort, you know? Anyway, saving the tank. And actually we're gonna go to sleep now. 15 past 10. But this guy is actually ready for UV unwrapping, so what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna, not UV unwrapping, for texturing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save it. For textures. So we've got our Blender ready import. This is the SketchUp export from SketchUp into other places. And that one's ready for Blender. That one's for RMaster from RMaster even. And then this one's for textures. And let's see. Yeah, whatever, don't matter. So we're done. As the lady said, I don't care. So I think that'll be enough for today. Probably a stream tomorrow. And by the way, shout out to Speed for making 1 million zillion PRs. I mean, check this out. Speed, 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 me, speed, 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 speed. Yeah, this guy's a invaluable asset, even when he doesn't do anything, and when he does do anything, even more so. Oh, actually, here's a question. Why are you not splitting the vertices? Does Path not support vertex splitting? Okay, so it does. Okay, it doesn't support anything. The way it works is it supports triangles, and if a triangle, and it supports 1 vertex normal per vertex. So that means that 2 triangles on facing different directions. In fact, I'm actually gonna draw a diagram for this. So if you got a triangle like this and a triangle like this, imagine that they're part of a cube, right? It's a kind of cube thing, and then this is one triangle, and then that's the other triangle, right? If they share a vertex, that vertex normal is in one direction, right? It's like, well, this one's towards the camera unhelpfully, and that one's perpendicular. No, so in a box, vertices go away from the box, and what Supcom does is the only thing it takes into account is a triangle and these vertex normals, right? And it computes the normal space of the face based on only these. And then if there happens to be another triangle over here, it doesn't care about that at all. So if you have 2 triangles touching, it will shade the surfaces rounded. So if you want it to shade it as flat, you have to physically split this model so it's got two vertices in the same location, and then it switches from being like this with this vertex normal to being like this, because this is actually, you know, it's actually two faces which are completely unconnected. So you actually greatly increase the vertex count of your model because you just have to have two of them. And that's bad, but you know. So you'll get to that later. In fact, I'll open one for you. If you check out the Nomads Google Drive, all the models are on there. But we grab, for example, you know, it's even known as sliced. So let's just wait for Blender to open. So it's got all these sharp edges, and if you grab this, you can see that they're completely separated. So whenever there's a sharp edge, I split that edge later when it comes to export, and then it's just a free floating kind of thing. Although I don't know why this one isn't a sharp edge because it's all so split, well, whatever. Yeah, so essentially you do break the edge, and when you don't break the edges like these edges, it shades them as rounded or flat if the face is flat, which this one is, right? Because SketchUp is awesome. So if you want rounded geometry, you just don't split the faces. If you want faceted geometry, you have to split the faces, and that's the only things it understands pretty much. It's like the simplest kind of implementation you can have actually, because it only supports the minimum amount of data per entity. A vertex is just a position with a direction. A face is just 3 vertices, and that's it. that's pretty much all it has. Yeah, so like Blender is way more advanced, and all these other programs are way more advanced where they can support loads more data per vertex. So a vertex can have multiple normals. Can actually, let's see. Where's the yeah, so you can have your old. This is my vertex normals, so you can see that Blender supports multiple of them. But with Supcom, what you would see is that, the blue ones, where it just takes the average of all the faces. And then you can see that each face is kind of pointing away. This is way better than my sketches, by the way. So it shows it as rounded. So Supcom only understands it like this, right? This is how it does it, which is it just takes the average, or rather it takes whatever is written and then the exporter calculates what the average is. If it didn't do that, it would just be completely messed up. So it doesn't. Yeah. So yeah, normally yes, but not here. It only supports one thing. In fact, I can show you the data. Here's my good old. I wonder if I've got it open. There we go. Look at that. I maintain the Supcom exporter, so I know my way around everything. Let's see. That's wrong one. This one. So this is all the data it has. So it's the tangent, it's normal, and that's it. So, oh yeah, if false, that's a good one. I didn't even know what that's here. I'm just, as you can tell, I'm a professional maintainer. But yeah, so it's got 2 UV spaces. I don't know how you use the second one though. It only ever does anything to the first one, and then everything else is just stuff. So this is a position in space. This is the blue thing. This is like another thing. I don't even know what these 2 are actually. You can, whatever. And this is the vertex normal, which is the average of all the faces touching it. And then I don't actually know what these are, but I'm pretty sure they're calculated pretty can't really. Well, no, this is all let's see. What the hell is this? So it's looking at the UV spaces, or is it? Yeah, but what's this got to do with it? Why can't you just express that as one value? Because you don't need like, why would you have a separate value for everything? Because this code looks like it's doing it from the UV positions. Or am I stupid? Like, what the... Because it's looking at the UV positions of the face. Unless I'm really confused. Ah, whatever.
I like the twilight.
Whatever. I'll just leave it. This is how I deal with things, I just don't do them. That's the key to working quickly, you just do less work.
I like the twilight.
Anyway, it's way too late.
Yes, the twilight.
I mean, even the music is about evening. So we're gonna stop. Where's my thing? Good night, kids.